Welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction. And here I am, not a coach, man. My name is Dave. Thank you so much for joining us. That's what happens when you mute things. Unbelievable. But thank you so much for joining us, man, on this Sunday night matchup between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We got a good matchup, great matchup, actually, between two teams that are going to be at the top of this division, not just this year, probably for the next couple years, man. They got the quarterbacks, they got the running backs, and right now the New England Patriots are building a heck of a team that in a year or two will be able to compete with this Buffalo team that is ready to win a Super Bowl now. Right now, the Buffalo Bills are the last remaining undefeated team in the NFL since the Eagles lost a few hours ago. Man, what a freaking game we got for you. They just got done interviewing Stephon Diggs, a man who made a career of being one of the best receivers in the NFL during his time with the Buffalo Bills. Now he's a New England Patriot, and he's going to try to see if he can kind of sway the tide in the favor of New England. So welcome, everybody. Bills have signed a new player from the practice squad for tonight's game. Captain Mickey Mouse, I appreciate you being here, man. Jimmy Cairo is active. All right, let's go. David Stegosaurus waiting all day for Sunday night. Yeah, man. Heck yeah. And yes, muted, unfortunately, unbelievable, man. I was just so excited to start, I did not even double check the mic. So, thank you so much, guys. Woo! And let me see here. Let me update the old quarter here because we are about to start the first quarter. Buffalo with their whiteout looking actually pretty fresh here, man. And we got Matt Prater about to kick this one away to the New England Patriots. Kick is away, called inside the 5 to the 15 to the 20, 25, 30. He's going to be brought down at around the 30-yard line. Let's freaking go. Can everybody hear me? Just making sure. Woo. Did Buffalo come out yet with the new jerseys? Yes, they did, sir. They are on the field right now, actually. They are kicked off. They have kicked off. And just to kind of give inspiration, I did do the old numbers there and the timeouts as a whiteout. So there we go. 1st and 10. Ball to 30. Drake Maye with play action, rolling off to his left. Gets it out to Stephon Diggs. Makes a man miss. Makes another one to the 40, 45. And Stephon Diggs making his presence felt early, man. Picking up a huge 16 yards after the catch and run. Look at that, man. Yeah, dude. Stephon Diggs, man, he still has it. He still freaking has it. Early start. Hey, there we go. 1st and 20. Fullback, running back in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. Drake Maye under center. Toss to the right side. Ramondre Stevens trying to find room, and he cannot get stuck behind his own player and will lose about 2 or 3 yards. And that is Greg Russo with a great tackle from behind the line there. All right. 1st and 12. Drake Maye in the shotgun. Throws it out to the left. Gets it out to his running back, who will get it near the 48-yard line of New England, man. So, decent little pickup there. All right. 3rd and 7. Drake Maye alone in the shotgun. Pressure. He's going to take off and brought down for a sack. Loss of 2. Back at the 46. And this Buffalo defense, this Buffalo front 7, man, has been looking good the last couple weeks, man. They didn't look great in week 1 against Lamar. But not many people do. Not many people look great against Lamar. But, man, dude, they have looked a lot better, man. And especially Drake Maye. He's a mobile guy, man. He can move. So they got to make sure that they can contain him and bring him down. And it'll be fair caught at the 14. That's where Josh Allen, James Cooks, and this offense will take over. All right, another commercial break here, but man, holy cow, what a start. But how you guys doing today, man? You guys excited for this one, man? This is probably the matchup I feel like is going to be the most competitive of the three that we were doing on Sunday, man. It was a good one. Definitely the Broncos and the Eagles. I knew that one was going to be relatively close. I knew obviously the Eagles were favorites into that one simply because Bo Nix and that Broncos offense were a little inconsistent, but they've seemed to really been able to turn it on every once in a while, especially against good competition, man. They tend to kind of meet the challenge. They tend not to just fall apart. I think that was last year. That was early on. Now you're kind of seeing that offense mature. Bo Nix and that entire offense, man. It just seems to be getting better and better as time goes on. So hopefully they can keep it going. Woo, let's freaking go, man. We got 4 people already watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man, especially if you're new to the channel. We just hit 100 subscribers not too long ago. We're trying to continue to keep going, but also liking the video helps out the video, man. So thank you once again, regardless. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, look at that. Orchard Park, man, just like a blanket of snow in the stands, man. A lot of white t-shirts. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 14. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking, and he's going to take off and run, but he's going to be about a yard behind the line, it looks like. Maybe they'll say it's a no gain. We do have a flag, though. We got a flag. It's going to be, I think, on Buffalo. Yep, holding. That was on the center McGovern, man. So that'll move this team inside their own 10, ball at the 7. So 1st and 17. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Josh in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Looking, running, and woo! Delivering an incredible freaking throw, man. Dalton Kincaid with a great catch. Dude, that was freaking ridiculous, man. Josh Allen looks like he was about to run, saw the linebacker crash down on him, and then just delivers a ball off platform. And it had to be perfect, man, because the defender was right behind the tight end there. Could have easily undercut it if it was not a great throw. 2nd and 2. Single back in the backfield. Josh under center. 2 receivers on that left side. James Cook with a nice little carry. He's going to bounce it to the outside. Gets the first down. And we'll get it across the 25 down to the 27. All right, Josh under center here, fullback running back in the backfield. Hand off. Cooks. Gain of 2 on the carry. Beal will be right at the 29-yard line. All right, we got 2nd and 8. Already 5 minutes taken off the clock, and we're not even at the 30 of Buffalo here. 2nd and 8. Quick throw to the outside, and Shakir is going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards down to the 33. Yeah, coming into this game, Drake Maye just 12 yards shy of 1,000 yards thrown. Ramondre Stevens only 125 yards on the ground. So once again, that's something to look out for. New England has not really been able to run the ball very effectively through most of the season. We got 3rd and 4, ball at the 33. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right. Has a little bit of time. He's going to avoid a sack. Throws to the left and over the middle, wide open, and that is his tight end, Dalton Kincaid, man. Let's see what Kincaid, all right, running a little zig route, turned it upfield, and then cut it back inside over the middle, man. Just trying to find space for Josh Allen to throw into, man. Good job. They're going to be in New England territory. Ball at the 47. Josh under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to that left side. Oh, fumble! Recovered by New England! And Dawson Knox. Josh Allen trying to hand the ball off to the tight end, running across the field, and the handoff was not secured, man. And the big man, Farmer, number 97, falls right on top of it. Let's frickin' go, man. We got ourselves a game. Hopefully nobody was counting out the Patriots, man, because this team has the ability to win almost any game that they are going up against, man. There is not a team in the NFL that the Patriots don't have some way of winning. This is not like it was 2 years ago. You know, Drake Maye seems to have been able to kind of change a little bit of things, especially offensively for the Patriots. Their defense is a little bit better. Their receivers, their weapons are very different, obviously with Stephon Diggs. Hunter Henry also at the tight end position. Once again, I think the weakest spot in that Patriots team is their running back position. But even then, Ramondre Stevens is not a bad running back. He's just not a great one yet. All right, man, we're still waiting on the first touchdown of the game. That's when we will turn on the lights. Yeah, but despite Ramondre only having 125 yards rushing, Stephon Diggs, man, is looking strong. Obviously, before this game, he had 19 catches on 22 targets. That is tied for the second most on the team. He has 213 yards once again. That is actually first on the team, right ahead of Hunter Henry. Has yet to find the end zone, but Hunter Henry, 24 targets, 15 catches, 204 yards, but has 3 touchdowns, man. So the tight end looking solid. And then when you look at the defense, first number that pops out, Harold Landry, the linebacker, 3.5 sacks through the first 4 games of the season. Clavon Cassian, 2.5 sacks. Like, this team has been able to get some really solid numbers when it comes to pressuring the quarterback. Milton Williams, 2 sacks. Robert Spillane has the 1. So once again, this New England team, they can put pressure on the quarterback. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the Buffalo 47. Play action. Drake Maye looking over the middle, finds, I believe, Stevens, and he fumbles the ball. And it's recovered by Buffalo. If you see number 35 on the Bills, that's the player they drafted. Oh, right on, man. Heck yeah. Oh, boy. And it is a fumble recovery by the Bills, man. Yep. Definitely a fumble right there, man. Actually got hit by a forearm. That was number 45, Thompson, punching that one out. So 2 plays, 2 turnovers we have seen, man. Wow. All right, Buffalo back on the ball offensively here. Ball at the 38. Josh Allen hands it off. Flea flicker coming up. And finds a man down near the 41. Woo. It looks like that was Ray Davis. Let me see here. Actually, no. Ray Davis was the flea flicker. And we got ourselves a delay on the game here. It looks like the referees were wanting to change the spot. Number 4 of the offense stepped on the field. This constitutes a sub, which allows the defense to match. It's no play. Okay. All right, we got Josh Allen under center here. That was actually Curtis Samuel that caught that flea flicker. Got it to the 42. Single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield. Josh hands it off to Cooks. Goes up the middle, across the 40, down to the 37. They signed him for the game because of the players. Okay, right on. That's the practice squad guy. Right on. All right, we got 2nd and 5. Josh under center here, tosses it to the left side, and first down inside the 30, down to the 28. Buffalo looking strong on the ground here. That is going to be Ty Johnson, but we do have a flag on the field. An illegal formation on the Bills, so that first down will be wiped away. It looks like the receiver in that lined up correctly there. All right, 2nd and 10. We got single receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Josh in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks, throws to the right, and him and Keon Coleman not on the same page. Josh looking for that back shoulder there. All right, 3rd and 10, 5 receiver set. Josh looking, throws to the left, deep down the field, and great coverage by Jones, man. Able to flip his hips, play the defender, but also keep his eyes in the backfield there for the ball. And then finally able to leap up and get a hand on it to break up the pass. All right, man. So the defense is ruling the day early, man. There is a flag on this punt. My goodness. Again, another penalty on the Bills this one. So after the not so great punt, because of the penalty, New England is gonna just tack on an extra 5 yards to the end of that, to the dead spot ball. So far, we have seen 0 touchdowns, very little positive offensive yardage, but we have seen a sack, 2 back-to-back fumbles from basically one from each team. Basically, teams just exchanging fumbles. They're just like, we're at midfield here. I'll give you the ball. I'll give you the ball back. Fun and games, you know. And then, yeah, man, unfortunately, Buffalo not able to capitalize with getting the ball back after they fumbled, had good field position, and nothing, man. Yeah, as especially compared to in seasons past, man, we have seen a lot more of Dalton Kincaid than we have at Dawson Knox. Kincaid obviously has kind of superseded Dawson Knox, who has been around for a long time over there in Buffalo. Former Pro Bowler, All right, we're back here. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball at the 20. Handoff up the middle, and we'll pick up 8 yards. That is going to be, looks like Gibson. And yeah, that was Antonio Gibson with a B. Gibson. Former 3rd-round pick for Washington. All right, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 28. Handoff. Gibson with another carry, and this one's good for a 1st down gain of about 5. All right, we got 1st and 10. Drake Maye under center, another handoff. And Gibson good for about 2 on that carry. All right, in comes Ramondre Stevens, who unfortunately fumbled on the last series. Was his 3rd fumble on the year, man. So not a great start for Stevens. We got 2nd and 8. Play action, Drake Maye, and he was just going to throw it away. Throw it away. So that'll be 3rd and 8 coming up for the Patriots. Yeah, AJ Epinesa just literally coming in unblocked, putting the pressure on Drake Maye, and boom. 3rd and long coming up. Drake Maye in the shotgun, running back on each side. 2 receivers split out to the left. Bills showing pressure, get it out quickly, and 1st down. Bodie with a nice catch, and then a full extension. Yeah, just along that right sideline, was being wrapped up by basically by his ankles, and then just fully extended that ball out to get the 1st down. 1st and 10, ball at the 43. Toss to the right. Gibson with a nice run, getting it near midfield, gain of about 6. For the former Washington Commander. Gibson's teammates are saying, hey, man, you almost broke that one. And he freaking did, man. I think there was only one guy that he needed to beat, but got tripped up from a Bills player behind him. All right. Kind of a jumbo formation, single receiver set. Fullback, running back in the backfield. And another run. This one only good for about half a yard, maybe 1. Josh McDaniels, Jesus. A very good offensive coordinator, one of the worst, absolutely worst head coaches I've ever seen. Josh McDaniels, man, just destroys franchises. It's incredible. Quick throw and incomplete. Drake Maye, man, just uncorking a freaking missile to Stephon Diggs, and fortunately it bounced right off of Diggs' hands. And that'll bring up a 4th down. A little bit behind him. Punt is away, and nice job. Downing it inside the 15, down near the 14. All right. Up next is going to be Mr. Steinfeld. Coming up here. All right, the Bills back on offense here. 1st and 10. Single receiver to the left. And it's going to be a nice handoff there to the receiver. I believe that is Samuel with a nice little end around. Picks up about 6 or 7, but there's going to be a flag. I think it's going to be on the Bills. Yep. The Bills very sloppy today, man. And looks like we have Carlton Davis down on the ground, the former Detroit Lion. Well, we got some good news for the Patriots. Christian Gonzalez is looks like he is healthy. I think this is only his 2nd game back from an injury. All right, we got first and 17 after the penalty. Two receivers to the left. Josh in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Pressure, throws, fumble, and another one. Oh, I think it's recovered by the Patriots. The Bills had a second chance at recovering it, and it's going to be picked up by the Patriots at the 12-yard line. That is the third turnover of this game. That is the third fumble of this game. And that was Spillane stripping the ball of from Keon Coleman, man. Just bad ball security, man. Spillane able to get a good grip on that one. I love it, man. I love that this game is so dang messy. First off, the Bills have picked up 4 penalties already in this first quarter. They have fumbled the ball twice. One on the handoff and one right there. All right. First and 10. Well, the good news is, unless there's a fumble here, we're going to get our first points of the game. Thankfully. Handoff, run, and that goes nowhere. Gibson loses a yard on the run. Bernard, the linebacker, coming in hot. At this point, they owe us like 3 touchdowns before they get lights turned on. I mean, at this rate, we'll be lucky if we get a touchdown before halftime. Like, seriously, none of these teams want to score, man. The Patriots can barely run the ball. Bills are just fumbling the ball and getting penalties all day. Drake Maye running, and he's going to throw this one away. Just immediate pressure, man. I think that's the other thing, too, that's keeping this New England offense from kind of taking that next step. One, they need to add some more weapons at receiver, like some big names, or just draft well for a bit. On top of that, I think their offensive line is definitely still needs to be retooled. They've been slowly building that up, and it's definitely gotten better since Drake Maye rookie season. But yeah, it's gonna take some time. Let me move the ball because I can't even keep up with the amount of turnovers in this game. Look at that! Boom, Drake Maye looking, throwing it over the middle and incomplete. We do have a penalty. It came real early on that play, so I'm assuming it's going to be on the offense. Yep. It's going to be on the Patriots, but the Bills will decline it because it is going to be 4th down coming up. So we're going to get our first field goal. Woo! Kick is up right down the middle, baby. Woo! No, too much? All right. All right, man. It took nearly a full 14 minutes of game time, but we finally got our first points of the game. Actually, my bad. It took a little over 14 minutes. The Bills have added 74 yards of total offense, have no points to show for it, have fumbled the ball twice, and they have 4 penalties to their name already. All right, man. That's it. I can't take it anymore, man. I'm cracking a cold one. Just a big old can. Oh, yeah. That's it. It's going to be a decent return, I think, because the NFL is doing that weird thing where they keep the camera so close on the kickoff that I can't really see where the numbers are. So, and also, I'm just kidding, guys. It's not alcohol. I am drinking Liquid Death, Dead Billionaire. Yeah, just basically it's just lemonade. It's nice. It's refreshing. We got first and 10. Josh under center here. Let me switch over the ball here in a second. Josh looking, scrambling, and he's going to be good for about 2-3 yards. No, I try to save the alcohol drinking for winter up here in Wisconsin. Fall is too nice of a time to be spending it inebriated. All right. So the Bills will have to. I was about to say they will have to snap the ball before the second quarter starts, but before they do that, they want to get one last penalty in. False start. Dawkins. That'll be 5 penalties on the Buffalo Bills in the first quarter here. But lucky for them, they don't have to run a play anymore, so maybe the penalties will stay in the first. We've had that before. They're not too bad. Yeah. Like I typically don't try to drink too many things like that, but you know, one that was on sale too. It was pretty cheap, and then yeah, it's nice and refreshing every once in a while. Just a little lemonade. Maybe not the Dead Billionaire variety, but some version of Liquid Death. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, they also have a peach tea one. Really freaking good. Highly recommend that one. But I'll start talking about this company until they sponsor me. Yeah, get no free promotion here. And Josh looking, 2nd and 12, over the middle, finds his tight end, and that's a first down gain of 13 for the Buffalo Bills. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 44. Josh under center, hands it off to Cooks, and he will pick up about 4 yards down near the 48, it looks like here. All right, we got 2nd and 6 here. Josh under center, single back in the backfield, 2 receivers on that right side. Play action, looking, launching it to the right side of the field, and that's a big first down. That's Joshua Palmer, man. Joshua Palmer working on Christian Gonzalez. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 29, Buffalo. Looks like they're marching here. Nice little toss. Ty Johnson getting it down near the 26, gain of 3. Can Buffalo get us our first touchdown of the game? Come on. Come on. All right, Josh Allen in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Looking to the right. Throws it underneath to the 25 and down near the 20. Shakir picking up some big yardage there. It'll set up a 3rd and short for Buffalo here. 3rd and 1. Handoff. Cooks patient with the run, and we'll get it in the inside the 20, down near the 17, and a 1st down for the Buffalo Bills. I don't have faith they will. I have as much faith in another fumble as I do a touchdown until proven otherwise. That's fair. That is fair. All right, Josh under center, hand off to Cooks, bouncing it to the left, inside the 15, down near the 11. That is James Cook's best run of the night, man. All right, we got a little over 10:30 left in the 2nd quarter. Handoff again to Cooks. This one over the middle, only picking up about a yard down to the 10. All right, we got 3rd and 3 coming up from the 10. Josh in the shotgun. Two receivers to the right. Ty Johnson in motion. Josh keeping this one. He's going to pitch it out to Shakir, I think, and this one's gonna go back. Woo! That was an ugly, ugly play, man. A loss of 5 back at the 15. There is a flag in the secondary as well. It was a late flag. Very, very late flag. Ineligible man downfield. So there were 2 fouls on the offense. So there was an ineligible man downfield. It's declined, and then offensive pass interference, and it's declined. Obviously, the Patriots will take the loss of yardage and the loss of down. All right. David, I salute you because you were correct. They could not get a touchdown. Matt Prater in to make this a tie game at 3 apiece. And it is good. Let's freaking go, man. All right. To be fair, I was expecting a little bit more offensive firepower in this game, but a good defensive showing has rarely been boring. We've gotten some turnovers, we've gotten some sacks. All right, there we go. Bam. I'm actually kind of curious, man. That first fumble, was that on Josh Allen? Oh, my goodness. Of course it was. Unbelievable. All right, we're coming back from the commercial break here. Still searching for the first touchdown of this game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties. But the good news is we got some points on each side, man. On each side. Fumbles and field goals. This was a half of a game by the Patriots and Bills. Available in hardcover at your local bookstore. Hopefully they write a sequel with a little bit more action. Because this one has been a snooze fest so far, man. A lot of emotional character development, but we didn't come here for that. A fumble! Oh my God, a fumble on the kick return. I think the Bills got it, man. By the way, QT should be too. Yes, it should be. My bad. Oh my goodness. We also do have an injury on the play, and it looks like it's going to be New England ball, I think. Ooh. Gibson, the holding on to that right knee. Oh boy. All right, we're going to a commercial break here while they tend to Gibson's right knee. Hopefully it's just like an overextension. But yeah, just kind of the way he grabbed at it, man. Not a great look. So pretty sure it's been confirmed that the Patriots did recover that fumble there. It would have been the fourth turnover of the game and the fourth fumble of the game. So we had another fumble for TD. Yes. Yep. So technically that fumble does still count, but it's a recovery by the Patriots. So not a turnover, but a fourth fumble on the game. So we still got 9:27 left here in the second. See here. So he was limping off the field. He needed some help off of it. So 1st and 10, quick throw to the left, and Drake Maye finding Stefon Diggs for a gain of 4. Second and 6. Maye under center here, looking to his left, and he finds Diggs again for a big first down. And Stefon Diggs, man, always so dang intense and emotional. You either like that or you don't. There's no in between. He's just very intense about it. It's a dang good player, though, man. All right. Got the ball to the 41, 1st and 10. Maye under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the left. Play action, looking, and gets it to his running back. That is number 32, Travion Henderson. Picking up 5 yards on the carry. Sorry, on the catch and run. Still waiting on that touchdown so we can turn on the freaking lights, man. 2nd and 6. Drake Maye in the shotgun, running back to his left. And he's going to run and go down for his second sack of the night. AJ Epinesa, part of that sack there. Who was the first guy to get there, man? AJ was there kind of cleanup duty. That was the big man, number 96. Oh, Walker. Walker, I think Kentucky, maybe? Here, 3rd and 8. Drake Maye alone in the shotgun. Looking, scrambling, and he's going to take off, but be brought down for a loss of about 3. That was the middle linebacker, Bernard, with a great sack, but we do have a flag on the field. Oh, we got 2 flags, 1 on each team, and that'll redo the down, offsetting penalties. So we got, number 96, Deion Walker, 4th round pick out of Kentucky, man. Let's freaking go. All right, we got 6:40 on the clock here. Drake Maye takes a snap. Has some time over the middle, and nobody in the vicinity. That'll be a 4th down coming up. Well, I said we'd be lucky if we got 1 touchdown before halftime. Looks like that might be the case. Yeah, we got 6:34 left in the half, and we are still just tied up at 3. And this is a combination of good defense from both sides, honestly, but also some really, really sloppy offense, man, especially for the Buffalo Bills. I know you don't want to hear it for the possession, but a pick 6 would really spice up the half. Trying to think, do I lose more points for a pick than? I think I lose more points for a pick. So if anything, how about Josh Allen throws it backwards to one of his receivers, and that guy throws it down the field, and he gets picked off for a pick 6. I know it's kind of a roundabout way to do it, but you know. But honestly, to be honest with you, man, Josh Allen's probably not going to help me out tonight a whole lot, man. We're already close to halftime, man. It's been a very slow start for that team. Acceptable? Hey, there we go. Look at that, man. Negotiating. I think the world can learn a thing or two between you and me, David. Compromise. Handoff up the middle. Cooks picking up only about 3 yards on the carry. Got about 5:45 left in the half. 2nd and 7. Single receiver to the left. Josh looking, pressure. He's going to take off and run. Stays on his feet to the 20, 25, 30, and down near the 33. Josh Allen with the biggest run of the night for the Buffalo Bills. That was a run of about 18 yards for the quarterback out of Wyoming. Dude, I still can't believe Houston just absolutely destroyed Baltimore, man. 44-10. So it looks like New England did use a timeout here. So Josh under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off, 1st and 10, ball to 32. Oh, just a beautiful sidestep by Cooks, man. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards, but there is a flag on the field. Oh, my God. Holding on the offense. And once again, it's the center McGovern. Seriously, that sidestep by Cooks, man. I have a German friend who is also a Ravens fan. He has had little faith in their team since a couple weeks ago with all the, yeah, man, injuries, bad play too, man. Like, it's just been all the things, man. Their defense is not as good as we thought it was going to be. Josh again running to the 35. Nope, we'll get it near the 31. So it kind of picks up what they lost in the penalty. We got 2nd and 10. Toss to the right. Cooks. And he'll get it to the 35. Gain of 3. That'll set up a 3rd and 7 coming up. And then your friend, is he from, well, sorry, does he live in Germany or is he in the States but from Germany? It's always fascinating the culture difference from like basically any place in Europe really from the United States. Josh looking and he goes down for a sack. Josh Allen just puts the ball down next to him, and he just kind of lays there. He's just like, oh man, we suck today. And that is the first sack for New England, man. We got 3 fumbles, 3 sacks, and only 3 points from each team. Punt is away. It's a decent one here. Oh, nice little spin move, and whoa, taken out. Getting it probably to the 32, maybe the 33. Ooh. The fact that he was able to do a spin move basically on the final literal foot from down the right sideline, man, that was impressive by Jones. She is from Germany, born and raised, became an NFL fan over 20 years ago. Heck yeah, man, let's go. Toss to the left, to the 30, 35, 40, and down near the 42. Big run for New England here. Heck yeah, man. Who's her team? Who should root for? Because that's always curiosity too. Of like, obviously, like I'm a Packer fan. I know for a fact that if I lived somewhere else, I might not be. Hopefully, I would be still. They're the best franchise of all time. But yeah, man, it's always curious to like when you don't live or have an attachment to the physical place where your team considers home. I wonder, how do you pick your team? Is it just kind of the team that you grew up potentially watching? Like, what was it? Like Lil Wayne. Like even though he was from New Orleans, his uncle I think was a Packer fan. And when the Packers played the Super Bowl in New Orleans in 1997 I think 96 when Brett Favre and Reggie White were there. Apparently his uncle came back with a bunch of Packer stuff, and that's how like Lil Wayne became a Packer fan growing up. So it's always kind of cool to see the stories that people have that kind of make them fans. I believe a relative got her a Ravens jersey as a gift for a birthday or Christmas. Oh, heck yeah, man. Oh, and what's going on, buddy? Hello. You know what, David? I don't think I ever asked. So how'd you become a Chiefs fan, my man? I'm literally racking my brain. I feel like you might have told me, but did I? I feel like a jerk if I did not ever ask you, man. But yeah, Chiefs Packers, man. How'd that happen, my man? All right, we got first and 10, ball at the 43. Handoff up the middle, and New England picking up about 3 yards across the 45 down near the 47. Unfortunately for Gibson, who was really starting to establish himself as the lead back in this game, he looked really, really good. Unfortunately, they just showed him, it was a slow mo shot, but tears in his eyes, needing help to get into the locker room. So most likely he is going to be out for this game, and hopefully that's it. Whoa! Drake Maye running, sliding, takes a hit as he slid, and Bernard is going to get flagged for hitting Drake Maye on the slide. Oh, right on, Papa. I grew up in KC area. Dad rooted for the Chiefs and had a soft spot for Green Bay when he grew up in Iowa. Oh, heck yeah, man. And it's going to be a little screen pass to Ramondre Stevens. Get it back to the line of scrimmage, but there is a flag in the secondary. I really rooted against Green Bay, then met my wife, a Packer fan, and embraced it. Let's freaking go. That's a good woman right there, man. You hold on to her, all right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. We're back. We're back. We are back. No, that's awesome, man. It's the weird little connections, man. Like obviously growing up there, like I said, if you grow up in an area that has like a team that is either the only team in the state that plays that sport or you're like living close, odds are you will be fans of that team. But man, it's always kind of curious of like right there. Your dad grew up in Iowa, kind of learned to appreciate the Packers, grew up as a fan a little bit as well. And then like you said, you kind of always liked them, and then now the wife. There you go. First and 25 after the penalty on New England, and we'll get it down near the 41 of the Buffalo Bills. Douglas with a nice little catch. Woo, look at that. Toes down. Toes down. Good catch. And it'll be second and 15, 10 yards on the pickup. Drake Maye under center, single back in the backfield, two receivers to that left side. Play action, Drake looking, has time, delivers inside the 20 are the New England Patriots. Hunter Henry with a great freaking catch. 23 yards, 22 yards, I should say. 22 yards through the air. Let's freaking go. All right, man. I gotta ask one more question then. I think we talked about this before, but if it was Kansas City and Green Bay in the Super Bowl this year, who would you root for and why? Would you be like, oh my god, man, be the it'd be the best thing, it'd be the worst thing? Ah, man. Owen, it's tied. Yes, it is, sir. It's tied up at 3-3, man. It's a low-scoring game. Christine Cagalano. Hey, how you doing? I donated to watch and cannot. Donated. I don't think. Yeah, definitely don't donate to watch. This stuff is for free. If you're looking to like actually see the broadcast, we can't show it on YouTube. Otherwise, the video gets taken down. Yeah, I don't take any money to do this stuff, guys. Trust me, that will never be the case. And Ellen, hey, my team is the Green Bay Packers here, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Been a Green Bay Packer basically my entire life. I don't think I ever rooted for another team in my. Drake Maye running it to the 15, to the 10, and hit before going down for a first down, man. Down near the 7, and the Patriots keep it rolling. But yeah, yeah. Ellen, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you for being in here. But yeah, hey, the new people in the chat, let me know who your team is. Who do you root for? Let me know. Let me know. Hola, hola. Oh, it's okay, man. Yeah, you don't have to be a Packer fan. It's all right. Now, nobody's perfect. Patriots? Hey, okay. Hey, there we go. There we go. And Drake Maye brought down right at the line. 2nd and goal coming up. I mean, the Patriots. I'm a kid. Oh, okay, man. Hey, it's okay. But yeah, man, Drake Maye, the Patriots, they look solid, man. They're building a good team up there in New England. It's gonna take a couple years, I think, before they can really start to challenge for silverware again. But they look good, man. In a Green Bay KC Super Bowl, I wouldn't care either way, but possibly lean Green Bay for the legacy of Jordan Love. Let's go. There you go, man. See? David, that's why I love you, man. That's why I love you. You care about the history of the game. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Drake Maye looking, rolling to his left, and it'll be incomplete. 3rd and goal coming up. No one is perfect. Ellen, what's our name? I don't know, man. What? Talking about the Patriots, or are you talking about somebody else? Oh, hey, my name is Dave, man. Dave, Dave, Dave. Nice to meet you. All right, 3rd and goal here. 10 seconds left before the half ends. Drake Maye in the shotgun, and it's going to be false start. All right, so after the penalty here, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 13. Drake Maye sidestep, steps up in the pocket, and incomplete. But there's going to be a penalty on Buffalo, man. The defender never turned around, leaped into the wide receiver, and that is Tre'Davious White, the former All-Pro corner. 4 seconds left. I have pics of me in the Packer Hall of Fame with their Super Bowl trophy suspended in the room. Ooh. Is that the one where they have the I think they have the four to the left if you're looking at it, and then they have that final one that's empty to kind of say like, hey, this is the next one. Yeah, dude, they've done a great job with the Packer Hall of Fame, man. They've built that thing beautifully. All right, quick throw, and hits Hunter Henry right in the hand, but unable to haul it in, and that'll be 1 second left on the clock. Now, if you're the Patriots, you have the ball at the 1. Do you just kick the field goal, take the lead before the half, or do you try to go for 7 here, man, and try to risk the biscuit? Wow, dude, they hit, dude, a perfectly thrown ball. I'm watching you and the TV. Oh, heck yeah, man. Right on. I think that's the best way to watch it, honestly. It's the best way to watch. Yeah, as much as I try to do all this stuff so you guys can kind of get the best version of it, at the end of the day, I don't think I can replace the actual physical game. So, but hopefully I entertain you guys a little bit. All right, man. New England kicks the field goal before the half, man. Oh, not the Bills. Oh, my goodness. All right, it is halftime here with the New England Patriots taking a 3-point lead into the half. So a lot of turnovers in this game early, especially in the first quarter. 3 fumbles in that first quarter. Bills also with 5 penalties alone in that first quarter. And another one here late that nearly set up the Patriots to be able to get into the end zone for the first time. All right, let's look at the stats here at halftime. It's not going to be pretty for sure. It's been a defensive struggle more than anything else. And actually, the defenses are not struggling. They're actually doing a pretty good job. It's been an offensive struggle, I should say. David, the best thing here is a fumble, so it remains a tie. I might need to copyright the title Fumbles and Field Goals. This was a half of a game. I mean, hey, you gotta trademark that as soon as possible, man. Or copyright it. Yeah, copyright. Yeah, we gotta come up with a title for the sequel here in the second half. All right, we got Drake Maye 9 for 16, 89 yards through the air, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Antonio Gibson was the leading rusher with 6 carries for 21 yards. Unfortunately, he injured his right knee on a kick return, and from the looks of it, he will not be back into this game. Unfortunately, he needed help to get into the locker room from a couple trainers and was very emotional. So odds are it's a serious enough injury that his night is over, and who knows what else, man. Hopefully the guy can come back healthy. Since then, it's been Travion Henderson, who's been the leading back. 3 carries for 19 yards. Ramondre Stevens only has the 1 carry for 2 yards. He did fumble earlier in the game and really haven't seen a whole lot of him since then. Stephon Diggs, 3 catches, 33 yards. Everybody else has 1 catch or less. Let me see here. We got Jalen Hawkins and Milton Williams combining for a sack. Where you at? In which state are you in California? No, I am not in California. I'm born and raised in Wisconsin. All right, Josh Allen, 9 of 11. 100 yards through the air, no touchdown, no picks. Does have a fumble, though. James Cook's 9 for 32. Josh Allen, 4 for 32. Dalton Kincaid, 3 catches, 48 yards. Everybody else, 1 catch or less. And there's been a couple sacks here. Greg Russo with a sack, as well as A.J. Epinesa with a sack. I think they might be missing Deion Walker. He should have at least half a sack. But yeah, man. So not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to offensive performance. There has been very little of it. Very sloppy football from both offenses. Like I said, 3 fumbles lost in this one. There's actually 4, but one of them was recovered by the Patriots after they fumbled it. That was the return where their running back Gibson was injured. So yeah, other than that, man, it has been a yeah, otherwise it's been pretty much a defensive performance for both of these teams. And Dakota, what's going on, man? Patriots putting up a fight. Yeah, they are. They are definitely putting up a fight, man. I know they came in as underdogs. The Bills have looked like arguably the best team in football through the first 4 weeks. They are the last remaining undefeated team. But for the most part, man, I knew round games, or sorry, division rival games, they're always close, man. They rarely end in a blowout. It rarely happens. They're just too familiar with each other. They scout each other so well because they play each other 2 years at least. And then on top of that, right now the Patriots, man, they're a team that is ascending but slowly. Drake Maye looks like a guy that you can build a franchise around. Their offense, especially their weapons, have improved over the last couple of years, and for the most part, they've been competitive almost all season. Even though they're 2-2, even those 2 losses, they were there towards the end. They were always close, and I think this was going to be no different, man. So yeah, these are the things that I think that both of these teams need to work on. One, they need to find some semblance of offense in here in the second half. The Bills, they clearly have been able to pick up yardage, man. If you look at what they've done through the first half, they outgained the Patriots by a fairly decent amount until the Patriots kind of were able to get that nice drive there towards the end. But yeah, 160 total yards, 135 for the Patriots. The Bills are averaging a little over 6 yards per play. But once again, they have 8 penalties in that first half, man. That has been the biggest issue for the Bills outside of the fumbles, have been the penalties. So many darn penalties on offense and the big ones on defense that have given the Patriots those extra downs. Your Packers versus my Bears are always good every year. Absolutely, man. 100%. Looking forward to it. Will be streaming. I will. I stream every Packer game, my man. Every Packer game, every primetime game. So I always like to kind of try to do my best to get the Packers on there. And I've done a couple Bears games here, man. I think I've done two Bears games, one against the Vikings and one against the Raiders. So I'm also interested in what the Bears look like, man. They have improved for sure. Ellen, hey, how you doing? Yeah, man. The Bears are a team that I knew early on. Everybody was saying like, yeah, they're gonna be good. Then they kind of struggled against the Vikings offensively in the second half, especially of that Week One matchup. And then everybody was kind of just writing them off. They got beat by the Lions in Week Two, but since then, man, Ben Johnson, that offense, they are, still a young team. It's a brand new coordinator, brand new everything for that Chicago Bears team. They kind of cleaned house, and it takes time, man. It's also September football. It's gonna be sloppy. It's gonna be weird. But yeah, man, the Bears look like a team that is gonna be competing almost every week. Do 49ers. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 49ers, so yeah, down with the 49ers. So I agree with you, Ellen. So yeah. But Dakota, yeah, if you are looking to watch that game, man, I will 100% be streaming both the Bears and the Packers matchups this season. So hope to see you there, my man. Holy cow, man. Look at this. We got 10 people watching. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. Just last week, we finally hit over 100 subscribers. That was a big accomplishment for the channel, and we're just trying to keep on climbing. But if you like what you've seen, I do this 5 times a week. But yeah, I'm always here. We should have won the Vikings game. Our defense gave up 3 touchdowns in that fourth quarter. Absolutely, man. I think if you look back at that stream, man, I was like, oh, the Bears are going to win. They defensively, they look like they're dominating. Offense was doing just enough to win. And then all of a sudden, man, J.J. McCarthy and that Vikings offense just exploded. And on top of that, the Vikings defense, man, that's when they still had Cashman. They still had a lot of young guys. Not young guys, but a lot of important players that were still healthy. But since then, the Vikings definitely have lost some of those linebackers, especially to injuries. And I think the Bears, they learn from it, man. There's a lot of film. Anytime you mess up, it typically, especially when you have that bad of a fourth quarter, it rarely does that happen again. And man, dude, it just keeps on. Hopefully, that's what Ben Johnson is instilling in this Bears franchise. And I'm saying this as a fan of football, not as a Packer fan. As a Packer fan, I hope the Bears suck always. But but yeah, man, as a fan of football, I hope you get a chance to kind of have that team kind of grow and evolve, because they've had talent offensively for a couple of years now, but it just has not been cohesive. And defensively, the defense has been pretty solid for a little bit there. And same thing, it's always usually it's been the secondary, or they can't get to the quarterback. It's always been one or two things for Chicago defensively, and now you're starting to see things kind of come together. I think they're still 1 to 2 drafts away from potentially really challenging for the NFC crown. But I think they got a good base right now. They got the quarterback, they got the weapons, and that defense has a solid coordinator now. Now that they don't have to run a Matt Eberflus defense. All right, man. Looks like the third quarter is coming back up here. All right, man. Let's see if these teams can give us an offensive show here in the second half to kind of make up for the lack of points here. And since we have some new people around here, typically we do have lights on. I like to kind of do one for each team. But we during primetime games, so Thursday night, Monday night, and Sunday night, we typically don't turn those on until we get the first touchdown of the game. And if we don't get that, we wait until each team has had the ball once in the second half. And if they still don't have a touchdown, then I will turn on the lights, but I will do it very sarcastically, and I will, you know, just be kind of petty about it. So, yeah, hopefully these teams can score a touchdown. Otherwise, they're going to get some pity lights going here. I feel like Caleb needs to know how to throw a lob pass. All the passes he throws are bullet passes. Does he not know how to throw a touch pass? And I'll say this, man. This is actually something that you see a lot with one strong-armed quarterbacks, but young, strong-armed quarterbacks. Um, I guarantee you, the interview is like lost to the internet. But Donald Driver, it was his first or second year with Aaron Rodgers, and somebody asked him, "Hey, what is the biggest difference between catching an Aaron Rodgers pass and a Brett Favre pass?" And Donald Driver said, "Aaron needs to learn touch." He's like, with Brett, after a while, he knew how the ball needed to be thrown. With Rodgers, it's always a bullet pass. He's like, he's like, hey, our job is to catch it, so we're gonna catch it. But sometimes you don't need to throw 100 miles an hour if I'm 7 yards down the field. So I feel like that is the case with so many quarterbacks, and even the great Aaron Rodgers had that issue. That is coming from the mouth of Donald Driver, one of the greatest Packer receivers of all time, a guy that caught passes from two Hall of Famers, and he even said early on Rodgers needed to learn touch. So if Caleb has shown the ability to be a great thrower of the ball, man, I would bet money that he will eventually have that. It just might take another season or two. All right. First play for the Bills, man. Not a whole lot there, but 6 yards, we'll take it. So 2nd and 4 coming up for the Bills. All right, 2nd and 4. Josh under center, single back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, looking, throws over the middle of the field, finds his tight end across the 50 down to the 44 of New England. And that is Dalton Kincaid. Yeah, but Rodgers is 10 times better than Favre, and as a football fan, I think arm talent-wise, Rodgers is the best I've ever seen. I agree, man. Rodgers is the best thrower of the football I have ever got to experience on TV, like live. I can't say for anything else like older than that, 80s, 70s, and 60s. Like, there's probably some other guys that were a lot better, man. But Rodgers had just an incredible ability with the ball. Quick run, and Cooks making a man miss and picks up about 9 yards. Nice job, man. Let's go. But my favorite quarterback is Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Oh, there you go, man. Like even Peyton, man, like if you put Peyton Manning with Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers on who can throw it the farthest, Brett Favre is gonna probably be number one. Rodgers probably very close behind him, and then Peyton Manning will be about 5 to 15 yards behind those guys. Like, but the thing that Peyton Manning always had is he was able to get his guys and himself in the right positions, and always had great timing, man. So there's a lot of ways to win in the league as a quarterback. It's not always about the arm. And Josh pump fakes, runs, and will get the first down for the Buffalo Bills. Let's go. Yeah, and Drew Brees, man, same guy, same thing, man. Drew Brees, he was like, if you look at his early career in San Diego, he was never known as a big arm quarterback. He could, don't get me wrong, he could chuck it down the field, but his biggest thing in that Sean Payton offense was being able to scheme guys and the timing of everything. That's why you got those big, like 300, 400-yard games out of Drew Brees. It had nothing to do for how far he could throw the ball. And handoff to Cooks, and nothing on that one. Tavani able to wrap him up for no gain. Drew Brees is probably the most accurate quarterback. Oh, absolutely, man. The amount of times that guy threw in a season would finish with 70+% completion percentage. I think he set the record at least 2 or 3 times in his career. So, yeah, Drew was immaculate at being able to get the ball out quickly and just, get his guys the ball as quickly as he could. And he had some really talented players, man. Some really, really talented, like Jeremy Shockey was his tight end for a little bit there. Michael Thomas was an absolute monster. So, yeah, man, he had some really good guys. There's a penalty on the New England Patriots there, encroachment. Sorry, neutral zone infraction on Landry. Yeah, Harold Landry coming into this game as the leading sack artist for New England here. 3.5 sacks. Hasn't gotten one tonight, though. 2nd and 4. Josh looking over the middle. Finds, looks like Keon Coleman for a first down to the 21. All right, man. The Bills finally matriculating the ball down the field here. Now they're getting runs. They're getting some they're doing everything. Josh Allen is running for first downs. This is what I was expecting to see out of this offense to start the game. But they were just something off about them, man. Penalties were killing them. The turnovers, it was just a lot going on. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right, single receiver to the left. Josh looking, has time, and will deliver a catchable ball to his tight end along the right sideline. That is Dawson Knox. Off topic, but what do you think about the band Nickelback? You know, someday, somehow. See if you can finish that lyric for me. But I know Nickelback gets a lot of crap. But as a middle schooler and entering high school, they were one of my favorite bands, man. Especially their early stuff. 2nd and 3, quick throw. Shakir with a first down. Getting it inside the 10. Buffalo knocking on the door of a touchdown. Let's go. Already 5 minutes of this quarter have been taken away. The Buffalo Bills methodically moving the ball down the field. Yeah. I don't think I've listened to Nickelback in a long time. I think it's been at least 10 years. But their first 3 to 4 albums, man, dang good. Dang good. Overly hated? I think so. Josh looking, scrambling to his right. And we'll throw this ball away. That'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Dakota, you're the man, brother. You're the man. Gonna make it alright, but not right now. Well, heck yeah, man. Let's go. What's going on with this fan? I think we just saw a fan just try to run away with the ball here. So there you go. 2nd and goal. Quick throw. Touchdown, Buffalo. Let's freaking go. I believe that is Curtis Samuel, the former Washington Commander. Phenomenal freaking. Oh, dude, that was a great freaking concept. So Samuel started out on the right side, started to shift over to the left there, was about to do a little orbit motion around Allen, but cut it back to the left. That moved the corner just enough to the center to give Samuel a nice head start towards that front pylon, and that's what we got. Let's freaking go. Buffalo on the board with a touchdown, man. Extra point is good, and you know what that means, man. If you've been here, you know what that first touchdown during the primetime game means. We get to turn on the freaking lights, man. Let's go. Woo, no pity lights tonight, man. No pity lights. All right, sorry, guys. Let me get back to the chat here. David, I'm going to make it all right, but not right now. I saw them in concert years ago. It must have been a good concert, man. Like I said, I get it. It's like a meme to say that Nickelback sucks, things are like that, but I don't know, man. I never minded them. I think Kreger has like has a very distinct voice, and I think it's very easy to kind of lampoon and kind of like imitate. So I think that helps a little bit. Look at this photograph. So, things like that. Dakota, we will definitely get along. You seem chill as F. Hey, I try to be, man. I try to be. I appreciate that, Dakota. Same thing, man. Like as soon as I was like, hey, let me throw it to you a little bit. Let's see if that he can get that lyric. That was kind of a test right there, and passed with flying colors, my man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Let's freaking go, man. We're doing so far so good, man, on this on this second half. Man, we got our first touchdown of the game. We'll see if the Patriots can kind of keep it going too, man. I want to see some points in the second half. And Dakota, man, I always like to ask this. I mean, I've been asking it all night. So you said you're a Chicago fan. Like, how did that happen? Is it just because that was the team you kind of grew up around? Like, I'm a Packer fan because I grew up in Wisconsin, man. It was inevitable. Plus, they're the best franchise of all time. I mean, that helps. But yeah, let me know how you became a Packer fan. Since you're a Packer fan, I'm guessing you live. Hey, look at that, man. Me and you on the same page. So yes, I live in Wisconsin, my man. Now it's time for a pick six to really spice up the half. Will give me a great inspiration for a title for the second half. I'm trying to think here. Drake Maye, can we make a pun out of that for a pick six? A pick six for dismay. Oh, get a pick six to dismay. Just saying. There's something there with dismay. I don't know. Also, we do puns on this channel, man. So I apologize for the dad jokes and the puns in advance. All right, we got first and 10 here. Two receivers to the left. Drake Maye in the shotgun with a running back. Oh, to his left as well. A little play action. Drake looking over the middle and a sliding catch by Stephon Diggs, getting it down to the 42 and a first down for the Patriots. I grew up as a Bears fan and I live in Illinois, about 2 hours from. Hey, there we go. Yeah, man. I trust me, I get it. Yeah, dude. It's to be honest with you, man. The Chicago Bear and the Packer rivalry, man. I feel like over the last couple of years, it's lost maybe some of its intensity on the field, but the fans keep it alive and well, my dude. I love it. Throw to the left and a great freaking sideline catch by Bodie down the left sideline, man, going out of bounds too. Let's freaking go, man. We got these offenses waking up. David Stegosaurus. Dave, unlike the Nirvana song, the puns deserve no pun. Beautiful, man. That Dave, sometimes you are a poet, my man. Oh, a flea flicker. Drake Maye run in, and throw this one away, man. Holy cow, he finally gets it out of bounds. That thing looked ugly from the beginning. And we got a flag on the field. All right, we got Ed Hockley's son talking to me with those biceps. Illegal contact by Benford. So that'll be, I believe, an automatic first down, 5 yards. Oh yeah, dude, he was freaking mugging Bodie basically like 7 yards down the field. Dude, sometimes I love this chat so much, man. You guys are freaking awesome. And a run up the middle, and Henderson able to pick up maybe a yard on the run. All right, we got 2nd and 9 coming up for the Patriots. They are in Buffalo territory, down to the 36. Drake Maye under center, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, directing traffic, throws it down the field, inside the 5. Stefon Diggs with an incredible diving, sliding catch. Stefon Diggs working on the old veteran Tre'Davious White. Oh, beautiful double move. Yeah, dude. I feel bad for White, man. He got smoked on that one, but that was just a great freaking play by Stefon Diggs. 5 catches, 81 yards. Henderson, touchdown! And that is Ramondre Stevens with the first touchdown for New England. There is a penalty, but it's going to be on the bill, so declined. The touchdown will stand. All right, let me see here. Growing up in the 90s and 2000s, I miss how football was with the players like Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, Brian Urlacher, Troy Polamalu, Philip Rivers. Hey, there we go. Oh yeah, man. Like and I'll say this, man. It's always fun to reminisce and kind of have a little small attachment to the past because it's special, man. Because like that just doesn't come back. It doesn't. The extra point is good, but as a person that there's a Packer beat writer. He grew. I shouldn't say he grew up. He kind of grew up. His first job in like the NFL world was being a beat writer for the Steelers back when Terry Bradshaw, the Steel Curtain were around. Like he was there from like the mid to early 70s all the way through that thing. That entire like run of 4 Super Bowls for the Steelers, and then he went to the Jaguars for a little bit before going to the Packers as his kind of final job. His name was Vic Ketchman, like great beat writer, awesome. And he always talked about that it's great to hold on to those moments because it's something that is, once again, it doesn't come back. It changes. It always will. But there's something that there's a reason things have changed the way they are. If it wasn't for guys like Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis, or Patrick Willis, we wouldn't have the Luke Kuechly's, the J.J. Watts, the Micah Parsons. Like everything is a progression. Everything it goes as a step towards, not necessarily that they're better. Don't get me wrong. They're faster. They're more athletic than they were, 40, 50 years ago, or even 20 years ago. And even if you don't believe me, you can like when you have these guys talking, like Brian Urlacher, he talks about being a linebacker now. He's like, I was athletic, I was fast, I think I could still kind of hang. He's like, but you had to have a whole type of different, like a different body to be a linebacker in the NFL. Now you have to be a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker, a little bit better at locating the ball in the air. And it's just the way that the evolution of the game goes, and it'll swing back to something else, and it'll be different. But it's interesting, man. Like the players that are playing now are not the same players that were 50 years ago, and that's good. It makes it interesting. It makes it something that everybody is going to be able to find a connection with. And yeah, man. Trust me, I'm right there with you, man. I'm a Eddie Lacy running back kind of guy. I don't like the finesse running backs. I like no hard nosed runners. Like Ryan Grant was my favorite Packer growing up as a kid for a while. So yeah, man, it you don't really ever see those guys ever come back, but the evolution of the game persists, and it's not a bad game that we have here. It's just different. Yeah, and that Raider, I remember he answered a question that said, "Would Joe Namath be able to play in the modern NFL?" Which back then that question was like posted to him like in 2013, I think, and he said, "Hold on, let me see. He's gonna be returned to the 15 to the 2025, and near the 30 is where the Bills will get the ball." And he said the Joe Namath that played as he was, no, he would not be able to play with those stats, those numbers. He threw more picks, he lost more games than he won. He would not be an NFL Hall of Famer. But Joe Namath he was born, in the 50s when the guys were still working part-time jobs. The specialization of the positions of any position really was not the same. So if Joe Namath would be a modern player in 2010, that means he would have been born in the 90s or the 80s. He would have had a different type of training, different type of culture, things like that. So it's like you can't compare players from generations. So yeah, it's gonna be a run to the right, and I believe that was Ray Davis with a no gain on that one. Tavani once again. Yeah, that was Jelani Tavai with a great freaking tackle, setting up a 2nd and 10. Josh looking, throws it over the field, finds a wide open man. First down to the 40, 45, and near midfield. And that is Khalil Shakir, man. Great catch and run down the right sideline. There is a flag on the field, though. So that penalty was on New England here, so we'll see if they got Schooler on the penalty, number 41. All right, ball spotted at the 38 here. 1st and 10. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his right. Throws to the left and not on the same page as his receiver there. That was Tyrell Shavers. Yeah, it looks like Josh was looking at a back shoulder towards the left sideline there. Shivers taking that one just right up the field. Quick throw out to Shakir there, picking up about 4 or 5 yards and running out of the backfield towards the left sideline. Sorry, I had to lay my daughter down for a bed, but I'm back. Hey, all good, my man. All good. Hope the little one's doing well, my man. Yeah, especially on a Sunday night, you got to get the little ones to bed. right, we got 3rd and 5 coming up. Josh in the shotgun, alone in the backfield. Ball at the 33, over the middle, finds a wide open tight end inside the 20, down near the 15. And it looks like we have a... I think that was Kincaid, but he was slow to get up here. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 16. Run up the middle, across the 15, down near the 10, man. Freaking Ray Davis, man, just running through people here. I'm a Bears fan, but my wife is a Bills fan. I think she just thinks Josh Allen is attractive. That's why. It's the way he throws. It's the way he throws. 2nd and 3. And he gets it out to the tight end, and he's good for about 2, maybe 3 yards. He'll be about a yard shy of the first here. But there is a flag, though. That's hilarious. And it's going to be offensive pass interference there by Shakir. It'll be on the offense, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty, set up a 2nd-and-long. So your wife's a Bills fan. I'm assuming she's probably from that side. So do you do for a living? I'm a carpenter. Yeah, no, I work in retail, my man. Yeah, just a retail worker, you know. But I'm hoping after a couple of years I can do this full time, man, because I love doing this. I love trying to be creative and interacting with people. We got 2nd and 13. Josh looking over the middle and intercepted by the Patriots. Oh, my fantasy team is, it's not looking good for me this week. Josh has a fumble, now a pick. No bueno. Dude, that was a great job by Jones, man. Just undercutting that route, picking it off. Marcus Jones, man. Special teamer. Oh no, that's gonna hurt your. it's a dark day in the Dave household here, man. Unbelievable. Freaking Josh. That attractive son of a gun. Can't attractive, but can't throw a dang ball right now. What the heck, Josh? Come on. All right. Well, the Bills were marching towards another touchdown, but that is going to be put on hold. Because this Patriots defense, man, freaking fumbles, interceptions, sacks. This Patriots defense is doing everything right now, man. How about this for a second half title? Touchdowns and interceptions. How I learned to love the ball. First off, beautiful, beautiful homage to Dr. Strangelove and Stanley Kubrick, R.I.P. to a legend. Kind of a weird guy, but it's all right. But yeah, man, I approve of the title. We might get sued, but who knows? Maybe it'll be a Streisand effect, you know. Maybe it'll help the sales. Yeah, Josh trying to get it to his tight end, and the ball just gets undercut by Marcus Jones. Look at that, dude. Also, Shakir just kind of slow after the cut. It kind of drifted upfield too. That allowed Marcus Jones to kind of just undercut it. First and 10, ball at the 10, and New England will run the ball to the left and pick up about a yard. All right, we got 2nd and 9. Drake Maye under center. Play action, gets it out to Diggs, who breaks the tackle, and he nearly loses the ball, actually. So he was able to get away from the defender, but before he could turn upfield, the ball just kind of began to squirt out of his hand, so he had to kind of readjust. Yeah, just so could have had a little bit of a bigger play there, but hey, 3rd and 7 coming up for the Patriots. Drake Maye alone, pressured by Buffalo. Drake Maye's going to run, throws it down the field, and I think that is going to be a first down catch. Dude, Stefon Diggs is he's out to prove something tonight, man. He's got holes in his gloves too, man. Look at that. Toe drag and everything along the right sideline. That was a great throw by Drake Maye, and an even better catch by Stefon Diggs. And trying to get it to Travion Henderson, who unable to haul that one in. That was not a great throw by Drake Maye. There was a lot of pressure on him, though. And we got 57 seconds left here in the third quarter, closing in on that fourth one. Quick throw to the right, to the left side there, and we'll get it near the 30. That'll set up a 3rd and short for New England. Holy cow, man. It is wild to me that the Bears and the Packers don't go up against each other until December. Diggs with a first down catch, and he'll get it across the 40, man. Let's freaking go. Do you drink any beer? I love Bud and Bush. I used to drink. Mostly seltzers, man. Unfortunately, I can't do hops and stuff like that just because I have an allergy to it, which I never had it in college. But yeah, no, I've since then I've avoided most alcohol at the same time. But actually, I was just talking about it. Typically, I only drink during the winter, man. In Wisconsin, it gets so cold, you have no choice. But yeah, man. If I do, I usually like to have like a scotch, is what I usually like to drink. Just something that kind of sip on with a little bit of ice in there. Bam. How about that? Seastrom! This just in, a downright weird season for football, both college and NFL. Seastrom, you are correct, my man. I did laugh at Penn State losing. The Nittany Lions, man, struggling. But yeah, man. When I was drinking beer back then, man, I used to live in Milwaukee, and I used to live basically right down the road from an Irish pub, and basically me and my roommates, we would go there basically every day, and have like a bunch of Guinnesses, because the pub there was just run by like a nice old lady with her husband, and the bar was named after her, and yeah, man, they were awesome. They were a great bar owners, man. Um, they gave us free beer all the time. Probably shouldn't have, but yeah, it was. I liked a good Guinness, man. I liked a good old Guinness. A&M is somehow number 5 in the country through week 6. Never expected that in the slightest 2 months ago. Hey man, they are 5-0 right now. They're looking good. They are looking good. And you said that they go up against Florida, right? Pretty soon. Then I got a little sad when Minnesota Gophers failed to show up at Ohio Crap University. I love you, David. Yep, man. See, so you never root for a team from Minnesota, man. They'll let you down every time. They'll let you down every time. Guinness is it's good for you. Dang right. It's all a growing boy needs, man. Is a good old Guinness. Melvin Higgins, his hand, his hand. Oh, were you talking about Diggs with his gloves? Probably. Drake Maye over the middle, finding and then a receiver down the field somehow. I think that might be Hunter Henry, and that is the former Charger, man, just having himself a freaking night. 24 yards through the air to his tight end. Honestly, if the Bills come out with a narrow win over the Pats, I wouldn't really hold it against them at this. At least they would still be the only undefeated team remaining. Very true. Very true. Play action. Drake Maye dumps it underneath to Henderson, and he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know. One of them hurt their hand. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Right on, right on. Yeah, Hunter Henry, man, he's been phenomenal for them, man. He was good last year for them, and I think he's kind of elevated his game a little bit this year. Early on, man, he's been, I think, the second biggest target for Drake Maye out behind Stephon Diggs. Second and 11. Ball at the 36. Breaks a tackle. Stephon to the 25, 20, 15, 10, and down at the 5. Stephon Diggs just slamming the turf there. A little frustrated that he did not get into the end zone when he was so close. Stephon Diggs, man, just driving through like a dang Porsche. Very been a fan. Hey, there we go, man. Melvin Higgins, man, who's your team, my man? Are you a Patriots fan, a Bills fan, somebody else? Let me know. Let me know. But good to have you here, my man. Thank you. First and goal from the 6. Drake Maye under center, hands it off, and Ramondre Stevens trying to pick his way, but will be brought down right at the line. Need the right quarterback for this talent. Diggs versus the Bills. Just the way that Diggs has been kind of like the amount of emotion that Diggs has been showing on the field, man. That's what it feels like, man. He feels like he's trying to prove the Bills wrong. me see here. Lions at this point. Okay, Lions fan? Okay. Right now, man. We're toss to the left and touchdown, New England. Ramondre Stevens gets into the end zone. A heck of a freaking game for Stevens, man. He started out with a fumble, kind of lost some touches early on when Gibson took over. Then Gibson got hurt. Henderson started to get some more touches, and now Ramondre Stevens. Nice little pitch to the left, literally untouched into the end zone. And Stevens has kind of been coming back out, man. Let's go. I'd rather drive through a defense like an Abrams tank. Move, get out the way. Move. Bills, get out the way. And the extra point is good. We got 12. Why do I still have the 4? Come on. Unbelievable. I'm rusty, man. There we go. 12-10 left in the game. We have a 10-point lead for the Patriots. Just looking at my Cowboys, for example, they are only half a game behind the Chargers, Rams, and Broncos Commanders, which just seems wrong considering what these teams actually look like. I don't know. It's September and early October football, man. Like when you look at like most NFL seasons, it's just so inconsistent. Usually there'll be one or two teams that are usually pretty solid throughout the entire season, then that are there towards the end. But most teams, man, they just have ups and downs. They start out fast, then they start to slow down towards the middle of the season, and then they either pick up just as the playoff push is really starting, or they just kind of continue to be mediocre and they just kind of flame out. Dallas was impressive and smooth today. They were, man. Dak Prescott was just slinging the ball all over the field, even without Lamb, even without Turpin. That offense was humming. But yeah, man, I think the Cowboys are looking good, man. Like I know it was early on the Cowboys were expected to be a team that is probably not pushing for the playoffs. That's what the expectations were, especially after they traded away Micah Parsons. But I don't know, man. They always seemed like a team that was their biggest issue last year was Dak Prescott getting hurt. Otherwise, I think a lot of those losses could be potential wins. Packer Nation 12. What's going on, brother? What's up, man? What's up? Dakota Martin, I think when healthy, Burrow is the best quarterback in the league. Man, it's I think he's the best thrower of the ball in the NFL right now. Like before, it was Rodgers. I think Joe Burrow has one of the best throwing motions, best balls when he's coming out. Um, but it's tough, man. I think as unpretty as it looks sometimes, Patrick Mahomes I think is still the best quarterback, man. The guy is just a dang winner, just pure through and through. And it's gonna be returned to the 25 there. Bills get the ball here. Seastrom also, for context, depending on how tomorrow goes, they might either be half a game behind or half a game ahead of the Chiefs somehow. Insane. That tie is going to mess so many things up, man. It's going to be so confusing. And then Higgins slag with Browns. St. Brown, there we go. St. Brown didn't go for 5 for 180. I know, man, I was disappointed. But I think he went for 100 yards on like 8 catches, so not too bad. Deep throw, and he gets it to his tight end, and that'll be near the 50. Once again, dude, Kincaid, man, is coming up slowly after he gets tackled, man. That's the second time he's caught a pass, been brought down, and just very slow to get up. Dallas needs to keep their drives Hey man, there you go. Depending on how this game ends, might be great weekend for the Lions. With the Eagles' loss, Lions are tied with for the best overall record in the conference. Looks even better if the Bills lose too. Absolutely. Yeah, right now the Lions are looking like the best team in football, or one of the best teams in football, just like they were last year. First and 10, quick out, and James Cook's brought down for a loss, setting up a second and 11 ball at the 40, roughly the 47 of Buffalo. Oh, roughing the passer on the Patriots. Okay. That's going to be on number 94, Durden. Ooh. Yeah, he went a little high and he drove Allen to the ground too. So, helmet to helmet hit and then basically kind of not fully landing with his body weight, but bringing him down pretty hard too. So, that'll be an automatic first down, 15-yard penalty, and that'll get them in Patriots territory. He has drive and will. Mahomes is a legend. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I think even if Mahomes does not win another Super Bowl, which I would be surprised if he doesn't make at least another handful, not another handful, but maybe another 1 to 3 Super Bowl appearances. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, Mahomes already. He could retire literally this week. Don't worry, David. I'm not wishing it on you. Oh, hey, whoa, hey, whoa. So Cooks was brought down, and then Farmer, the big defensive tackle, literally 2 seconds later, after Cooks is already brought down, he just just wails on Cooks, man. I think he was maybe slightly pushed into him, but that was a full big man just laying a shoulder on a defenseless player. So dang. Ravens, Cowboys, Packers Nation. Bold predictions: Lions will lose in the divisional round. Packers will reach the NFC Championship, and the Commanders will finish third in their division and miss the play. Ooh, you know what the Commanders one is the most wild prediction that you made of those three. Lions, Cowboys. He'll be around. Exactly. There we go. Oh, actually, never mind. No, Farmer was not pushed into him. He just was an idiot trying to lay a hit on a defenseless player. So, all right, first and 10, ball at the 25. Josh Allen scrambling and will pick up about 2 yards. And Josh very slow to get up. Josh, what are you doing, man? Can't get you. I can't get you to hurt yourself here, man. You gotta stay healthy. My fantasy team is already without CeeDee Lamb. If I lose Josh Allen, man, it's gonna be a rough one. I have Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, then Giants. I think Dallas is better than Washington as of right now. They look good, man. The Cowboys are looking good offensively. Their defense still needs a little work, but not bad. Kincaid with a catch and a first down, and he'll get it inside the 15 down near the 14. We got a little under 10 minutes left. We got 9:52, 9:51, 9:50, 9:49, 9:48, 9:47. If you want to sync up the last couple minutes here of this game. Packers can get rolling. Definitely forgot about them. Yeah, man. It seems like the Packers are slowing down just a little bit, but they got a bye week. They're gonna get healthy. That offensive line needed to get healthy, man. They had a bunch of injuries. That offensive line is a key to that offense, man. Josh looking, rolling to his left. He's gonna take off and run. He's to the 10, and we'll get it near the 6. Second down coming up for the Bills. Holy cow, man. We got 8 people here watching, man. This late. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Let's freaking go. All right, we got 2nd and 2, ball at the 6. They need to get to the 4 for a first down. Josh under center, single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Hands it off, and ooh, that's going to be close. I think they're going to mark him about a yard or half a yard shy. All right. They got the Buffalo Stampede, and it's a first down and more down to the 2. No offense to Seastrom, but I find more glee in Cowboys finding ways to lose in important games, claiming to be America's team. Their ego is about 500 times larger than it should be. Ooh. Ooh. I like it. I like the spiciness in the chat. Cohesiveness is precious. Packers are always cohesive. There we go. Josh Allen looking, and he delivers a beautiful throw. Keon Coleman toe tapping just before going out of bounds at the top of the end zone there, man. Just a beautiful freaking throw. Great catch. Bills making it close. Who was that? Number 7. Oh, there was a miscommunication on that one. Both guys went with the flat route that left Keon Coleman basically wide open at the top of in the back of the end zone, I should say. Extra point is good. And we got 7:37 left in the game, and it is a 3-point lead for the Patriots. It's what Dallas struggles with. Packers are really the team. Packers and Cowboys are the scariest Super Bowl teams. That TD should help your points. Hey, let's go. I'm not even going to lie. I completely forgot about about that. I should have been way more happy about that touchdown. Everybody fears the Cowboys. Even the Cowboys fear the Packers. That's hilarious. Melvin, I like you, man. I like the cut of your jib. Oh, boy. I'm a Giants and Chiefs fan by franchise, but a Brady fan nonetheless. Okay. Okay, I can respect it, man. I can respect it. I mean, Brady's a winner, man. 6 Super Bowls with one team, and in his first year with the Buccaneers gets him a Super Bowl win. As much as I hated that happening, because obviously Rodgers and the Packers completely fell apart in that NFC Championship game. I hated it, but it was impressive to see what the Buccaneers were able to do, man. They had a lot of guys come to Tampa because of Tom Brady. That's influence, man. That's influence that shows how much respect Tom had around the league. And look at that, man. A Giants and Chiefs fan. David, you got a fellow Chiefs fan in here with you, bro. Let's freaking go. Mahomes has the spot I wanted, but I would take the Giants after Eli. There we go. I reprieve Brady and his accomplishments, but the dude is not likable as a person. Yeah, yeah. No, he's a. I don't like his commentary, man. His eyes creep me out. I don't know why. Like I don't even know Tom Brady as a person, but his eyes they creep me out, man. It's too like I can't tell if there's something going on in there or there isn't. I don't know. Either way, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of his look in his eyes. That's it. I'm not gonna comment on the person. But I also don't like his commentary, man. I'm glad that I'm doing this because I actually don't get the chance to hear any of the commentators anymore, which it's great. But there's some really great commentators out there, man. Kevin Harlan, one of the best voices, one of the best commentators of sports ever. Kenny Albert, I think, is underrated as well. Al Michaels, obviously a freaking legend. Drake Maye running out of bounds. No, he throws it and he finds someone for some yardage there. That might have been Stevens with a nice little catch and going out of bounds. Peyton Manning as a person is more likable, also having good accomplishments as a quarterback. That's fair. Yeah. He's going to be a coach. Be coach this time around. I've only seen one for Fox broadcast with Tom. And a run up the middle, and Henderson getting close to a first down. He'll be about half a yard shy. Yeah, and to be fair to Tom, man, like Tony Romo was not good when he first started. I think the best thing about Tony Romo's was like the little predictions that he would do, or not predictions, but like kind of just like talking about like, hey, this is what they'll probably do in this situation. That was kind of cool, but Tony was very, very talkative, man. Too much. Like he didn't let the game speak for itself. He didn't elevate it. He was just kind of talking through the plays and stuff like that. That's what I disliked about. It's gonna be a false start on New England, man. That was a first down. So that'll move him back 5 yards here. So wipe away that first down QB sneak by the Patriots. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe like again, I haven't actually heard Tom in the booth at all. I've only seen like the post game like interviews that he does with like players. I didn't like Romo because he was so good. That's funny. And Drake is going to have to just run out of bounds here, trying to buy some time, but unable to get anything down the field. And that'll set up a fourth down. Oh, man, jeez. Sorry, I was so caught up in the chat, man. Once again, did not move the ball. There we go. All right, we got less than 6 minutes left in this game, and the Bills are going to get the ball back with a chance to either tie or take the lead. Punt goes into the end zone. Touchback. As a Chiefs fan, I don't think the Raiders need a good head coach. Matt Patricia would be a good fit. I don't know, man. I wouldn't wish Matt Patricia on my worst enemy, man. Like there's such thing as an incompetent coach and an incompetent overconfident coach. And that's what Josh McDaniels and Matt Patricia are. They're incompetent head coaches, but they're overconfident that they have no self-awareness. And that is frustrating to be around. Like that is like listen, man, if you're going to be a douche, you you better be a freaking winner. You better be like Bill Belichick is a douche as like a head coach. Like the way he talks to the media, just like all that stuff. Just not a pleasant human being to be around. But he won. Did he have a great quarterback that helped? Absolutely. But He won. Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels, they didn't do any of that as head coaches. They had zero business with the level of ego and arrogance that they had. And compare that to the on-field failure that they would have consistently. No right to be that confident. But that's my opinion. Like, yeah, like seriously, I wouldn't even put Matt Patricia on the Bears or the Vikings, and the Vikings are the worst things to happen to the United States ever. Matt Patricia is fine to wish on your enemy. It's not cool to wish Urban Meyer as a coach on your enemy. the one thing with Urban Meyer though, if you do hire him as a head coach, the local bars and the local college sophomores are gonna have a good time. Yeah, I think that was the Urban Meyer's outreach program. Um, he works with the local college to as like an internship for people. I think that's what was going on in that video at the bar. First and 10. Single back in the backfield. Hand off to Cooks up the middle, and we'll pick up about 3 yards down to the 23. Let's see what was going on here. All right, 2nd and 6. Ball just past the 23. Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. Josh looking, pump, throw. No, he's going to run. Throws down the field and intercepted. Josh Allen is intercepted. There's a late flag in the secondary. Very late flag. Like so late that the play was already well over. Oh, okay, there it is. All right. That was a pass interference on number 51 there. He basically kind of like shoved Cooks out of bounds there. So, 1st and 10, ball at the 43-yard line. Buffalo's drive is still alive here. Play action. Josh looking, and he's going to run and take off and pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4, across the 45 down to the 47. Allen in the shotgun, running back to his left. Pressure and incomplete, trying to get it to Cooks. Ooh, that was Carlton Davis coming in from on the corner blitz there on the right side. Allen barely saw him there. Just enough to be able to get that ball to be incomplete. All right, tight end splits out wide. Josh alone in the shotgun. Three receivers to the left. Throws to the right and catch. Keon Coleman with a beautiful back shoulder catch, wrestling that ball away, and it will be a first down for the Buffalo Bills. Coleman working on Carlton Davis there. All right, we got 1st and 10, 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Josh hands it off to Cooks, and it'll be good for about 2, maybe 3 yards down to the 37. All right, 2nd and 9 coming up here. 2 receivers to the right. Josh in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Pressure. He finds Shakir. He's across the 30. First down to the 27. Khalil Shakir coming in the clutch. One of the 2 players that Josh Allen knows that he will go to when he needs a freaking play. Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid, man, his most trusted pass catchers. All right, Josh in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Quick throw, and Shakir drops the ball. Goes right through his hands, trying to set up a receiver screen there on the right side. Of course, just as I say, Shakir is one of his most trusted guys. He drops the pass right there. All right, we got 2nd and 10 coming up here. Ball at the 27. Josh looking, pumps, rolling to his right, and throwing it deep into the end zone, and it's caught by Coleman, but out of bounds. And we got 3rd and 10 coming up for the Buffalo Bills. That was Keon Coleman and Christian Gonzalez. Josh rolling to his right. And incomplete, trying to find Khalil Shakir. And Josh Allen frustrated with the no call. Pretty sure I just saw Josh Allen cuss at a Patriots player there. Either that or he said, "I love you," instead of the other thing that I thought. I mean, that was bang, bang play, man. That was a great job by Gonzalez. All right, man. Prater in to make this a tie game. 45 yards on the field goal attempt here. Snap, hold, kick. Good. Buffalo, 10 unanswered points to tie this game up with 2:17 left in the game. If this is wide right, you should spin. No, man. We only get it if it's 40. I don't know, David. I think you're just trying to get me dizzy, man. See Strum? Whoops. Mom just found a scorpion between letters in her. Oh, whoa, hey. That's no bueno, man. Is everybody okay? Freaking scorpion. Yeah, I think the worst thing I've found in my apartment is like little ants. They're usually kind of by the front door sometimes. Luckily, they kind of tend to stay by the front door. That's it. That's no bueno. Did she squish it? I'm not sure the proper scorpion removal procedure. Exactly, right? Like, I mean, I've heard people eat scorpions. You know, you can probably cook one up, fry one up. But you have to remove the tail because that's where the poisonous part, or does the poison get destroyed when you cook it? Yeah, I don't know the proper procedure to eat a scorpion. I think we threw it in the trash and took the bag out to the trash. Okay, there we go. Simple as that. Dude, I bet that scorpion is like, dude, what the heck did I do, man? Why are you throwing me away? He's like, I thought the bills were for me, man. I thought my credit card was due. I was like, hey, I'm gonna try to pay this, and next thing I know, I'm being thrown in the trash. Scorpion is like, hey, man, this was a misunderstanding. I think you guys are taking it a little too far. I'm happy to leave on my own volition, but you guys are. And the return will get them near the 30. Henderson with a nice return. I'm a scorpion, not a Viking. Why am I in a trash can? Like I said, David, a poet by nature you are, sir. And Drake Maye throwing this one somehow, able to get it to Stefon Diggs for a first down. Gain of 11, dude. Stefon Diggs is playing like a man possessed tonight. All right, we're at the 2-minute warning here. Hear me out. What if they don't you dare do this to us again, man? Not another Sunday night game. No, I refuse. As an NFL fan, I refuse the NFL to give us another tie. I will call Roger Goodell and be like, I will give you $50 to have one of these teams win. I don't care. Put the punchers out there. Whoever punts it further wins the game. We cannot do another tie. I refuse. I freaking refuse. No, seriously, we should just get an epic pick six thrown by. Heck yeah, man. Let's go. And a spin move too, man. Woo. If that happens, man. That's a perfect way to end a Sunday, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, man. Buffalo has all three timeouts. Actually, they all have all three timeouts here. So 1st and 10, Drake Maye, hand it off. Ramondre Stevens, good for 2. All right. 125, 2nd and 9. Quick throw to the right. He's got a wide open receiver. Is that Bowdy? Who the heck was that? Oh, yeah. Oh, Tre'Davious White mistimed that one, dude. Buffalo will use their first timeout here in the second half. Are we going to see the last undefeated become defeated in one? Yeah, it's looking like it, man. The Patriots are taking this one right down to the wire, and right now they have the ball, man. As long as they don't fumble or turn the ball over, they are in the driver's seat. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 39 of Buffalo. Handoff up the middle, and Ramondre Stevens fighting for about 5 yards there, man. Able to drive the defender a couple yards down the field. All right, it's going to be another run up the middle. This one, basically nothing gaining there. So 3rd and 5 coming up. What if the Patriots leave 13 seconds on the clock? Oh, boy. I don't think there's too many teams that can score that quickly, but apparently the Bills were one of those teams. But I think Diggs was on that team, man. So if Stephon Diggs was on the Bills right now, I'd be like, oh, there's a chance. Stephon Diggs tonight. 10 catches, 146 yards, man, on 12 targets. All right, we got 3rd and 5, ball at the 34. Fakes the handoff, avoids a sack, and he's going to run and goes down for no gain. 4th and 5 coming up for the Patriots. Actually, I've been missing the the timeouts here, but from the looks of it, the clock is going to run down to about 20 seconds. And the Patriots are going to have a chance to kick a potentially game-winning field goal here. Oh, I remember that playoff game, man. That was what was it, like 4 touchdowns in like less than 2 minutes? Yeah, that was just a wild freaking sequence, man. Tyreek Hill, I'm pretty sure, scored one of those touchdowns. All right. Patriots use their first timeout here to stop the clock with 20 seconds left. I swear to Jehovah, if the Patriots freaking miss this one and we have to go into overtime, I'm going to drop kick Mike Vrabel. All right, Borregales is 2 for 2 tonight. This will be the longest one of the night. 52 yards. Snap, hold, kick is up. And it is right down the middle. And the Patriots, with 15 seconds left in the game, have taken the lead by 3. What a freaking wild. Absolutely crazy, man. I didn't actually think the Patriots would win, but I thought they were going to make it close and competitive. But damn, dude. All right. What if the Bills return this for a touchdown? Caught at the 2, to the 10, to the 20, to the 25, and taken down at the 27-yard line. 8 seconds left. Probably should have just let that ball go out of bounds to give Josh Allen, 2 or 3 chances at trying to get this ball down the field. And on top of that, there's a penalty holding on the Bills so that they lost 7 seconds, and they're going to have worse field position than they would have if they just let that ball just go into the end zone. All right, man. We are 8 seconds away from seeing the last remaining undefeated team in the NFL lose. We had 2 undefeated teams coming into this week. Philly losing a shocker to the Broncos. And now, once again, we are 8 seconds away from the 2-2 Drake Maye led Patriots coming into Orchard Park and knocking off the undefeated Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football. You can't make it up, man. You can't freaking make it up. So likely we're going to see a quick throw maybe towards the sidelines to get a little closer to give Josh a chance to maybe heave it down the field. Nope. That's it. It's over. A weird, dumb throw and play. Like, why are you running an in route? Wow, man. If the Bills are going to lose, can it be a pick six? Didn't even want to give us that. Unbelievable, man. I'm telling you, man, these teams are rude. They don't want to give us pick sixes. They barely want to give us spin moves. It's disgusting, and the NFL needs to talk to these teams. They got to give the fans what they want. All right, man. That is it for. And guess what? The 72 Dolphins are going to be able to celebrate after just 5 weeks, man. Their record of being the only undefeated Super Bowl champion will continue. They will be going, 54 years now as the only team? As the only perfect team in NFL history. Patriots improve to 3-2, man. This offense didn't always look pretty, especially in the second half, only scoring 6 points. But when they needed to, man, when they needed to rely on Stephon Diggs, on Drake Maye, on their running backs, man, and their kicker, the linchpins of the team, as well as that defense, actually, too. They all worked together, man. It was a hell of a team performance, man. It was not perfect. It was not pretty, but they got the win. And for the Bills, well, look at it this way. You are still tied with the best record in the NFL at 4-1. You'll be fine. They will likely be there at the end, or at the very least until the division or AFC championship game. But a freaking shocker here on Sunday night, man. The Patriots, the underdog, come in on the road and get a big win over the Bills. What was that play? I agree, man. I don't know. Why are you running? If you're going to run a short route, run it to the sidelines. He could have caught it, maybe stepped out of bounds, saved it. It probably would have been anywhere between 3 to 1 second. And yeah, it still would have taken like a 65 to 70 yard throw. But Josh Allen has, if you give him enough room and he's able to kind of really step into it, yeah, he has enough arm to get it close to the end zone from there. But what the heck was that? Why are you running a 12-yard in route? Yeah, that was a dumb play. Dumb play by a team that was desperate, I guess. I don't know. I am 6-7 on picks this weekend. Oof. No bueno, my friend. Hey, you still got Monday night. Maybe you can get up to 7-7. Get to 500 on the week. I heard the NFL now recognizes Cleveland team prior to the merger with the undefeated season. Oh, did they? Oh, hell yeah, man. Let's go. Good, man. Heck yeah. That's how it should be, man. If you're going to consider them part of the NFL history, you have to do the same thing, man. I know 72 Dolphins, they're always going to have being the undefeated team in the Super Bowl era. That's not going to change, and that doesn't really diminish anything. But, yeah, man. We got to celebrate football, man. All the history of all of it. That was the same thing with baseball. It's like all of it, man. Celebrate all of it. It's a freaking game. Let's not act like it's anything major, It's not actual. It's not like history. Like, celebrate all of it. Recognize all of it. Yeah, the more you can, and plus the NFL is, it's one of those leagues that I wish was more well documented in its early stages in its career. Not in its career, in its history. Like there's so many things from the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, 40s, even up until like the freaking 70s before they really started like putting all of the games on broadcast TV. There's just so much that is lost to time. And like baseball was the same thing. Obviously, TV was invented around the same time, but like baseball was one slightly on TV a little bit sooner. But even then, the records in baseball were so dense and so concrete that you can talk about those seasons, you can talk about those players so much in detail. Like in baseball, you can't do that with football players from the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, even into the 40s and 50s. You can't really like chronologically follow their careers and all everything. So much of it is like a myth when it comes to early days football. And yeah, man, like there's some records and not just in college but in professional where like the NFL, man, there's just some games that they're like lacking actual statistics and actual details of play by play like drives. It's insane. So yeah, man. I know it kind of went off on a tangent there a little bit, so sorry about that. But I love history, man. I love history. I love football history, and yeah, the more we can learn about it, man, the better. But yeah, man, if you guys are still here, man, we still got 7 people watching. Holy cow, man, you guys are freaking awesome. I appreciate you. Wait, the Bills. Oh my god, dude, Seastrom, your timing, brother, is 10 out of 10, brother. That was like, do you guys remember watching Airplane and like they're trying to land the plane? It's all tense and going on, and in comes Leslie Nielsen, which I just want to let you all know, we're counting on you. I wish you good luck. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. That's awesome. Yes, the Bills lost, man. Last second field goal by the Patriots. Great drive by the Patriots and set them up to get a field goal with 20 seconds left. And then the Bills had about 15 seconds. The kickoff took 7 seconds away, but then on top of that, there was a flag on the kickoff. And then Josh Allen and the Bills ran a really dumb play that was basically 12 yards out up the field, and then they cut it inside instead of going to the sidelines. So when they caught it, he slid down, and that was it. So I don't know if the Bills thought they had a timeout in their back pocket or what, but yeah, it was a dumb play to end on. Let's see here. Hold on. Cleveland Browns had a perfect season in 1948, finishing with a 14-0 record and winning an All-American Football Conference AAFC championship. This achievement is recognized by the Pro Football Hall of Fame, although the NFL does not officially acknowledge AAFC records. I mean, this is the way I look at it, man. If the NFL wants to say, oh, hey, these records are being broken, but when you look at the records that are being broken, some of them are from 14 game seasons, some of them are from 16 game seasons, and now we have obviously a 17 game season. Like, I get it. Saying that the record is broken sounds like the game is evolving, sounds like these players are getting better. And like I said, I rambled about this earlier. Like the players are faster, more athletic, bigger. Offensive linemen were not 320 pounds, 340 pounds back in the 60s. Like the biggest offensive lineman on average back in the 60s was like 265, 275, maybe 280 at the height. Like that is a slightly normal to slightly maybe bigger linebacker. That's not even big enough to be a defensive lineman in some schemes, 265. So, like, these guys have gotten bigger, they've gotten faster, they've gotten everything. And it's just the way the game is. But, yeah, if you're going to recognize that these guys are breaking records and, but the games, for some of these guys, like, O.J. Simpson talking about Airplane, or Leslie Nielsen, Naked Gun. O.J. went over 2,000 yards, but he did it during a 14-game season. Everybody else, every single other 2,000-yard runner in NFL history since then has done it either in a 16-game or a 17-game season. So even though OJ is no longer the all-time leading rusher in a single season. He is actually still has the best average per game average in a single season because he did it in less games and he was able to get almost as much yards as some of these other guys that were able to get 2 to 3 more games under their belt. So it's like the NFL was willing to do that, and they're not willing to separate eras from different other eras because it sounds better, but they're not willing to recognize a Browns franchise that exists still to this day, technically, even though it's the Ravens franchise, not the Browns' current franchise, but whatever. I don't know. I think the NFL just needs to say, screw the record book. It's going to be messy, and we'll celebrate the ones that we want to celebrate, and we'll chronologically talk about the other ones that we don't are maybe not part of the quote-unquote official NFL history, but it's still football. It's still pro football. It's still about the same franchise that exists to this day. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. I don't know. Also, David, I think I'm right. You were 6-7. I lost more of the upsets than I guessed correctly. Hey, there we go. An undefeated 17-game season will absolutely eclipse the Dolphins. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Seasons, yards, coaches, touchdowns, sacks are less impressive in 16 games. Yep. Again, I 100% agree. Winning is always the biggest tiebreaker, in my opinion. The more games you play, the more you win. That's. But when it comes to stats, stats are all about how many opportunities do you have at the apple. So, yep. Yeah, man. What a freaking Sunday, man. We started out with the Broncos and the Eagles. Once again, the Eagles were coming in undefeated. They were up big over the Broncos, man. It was a 3-17, I think, late in the third before the Denver Broncos really just started going off, man, and then they were able to score basically 18 unanswered points to get a big win and hand the Philadelphia Eagles their first loss since week 16 of the 2024 season. Yeah, man, that is wild. Oh no, week 17. Sorry, week 17 of the NFL season. Yeah, I forgot the Eagles finished the regular season with 2 wins. Obviously, they won all 4 games that they played in the playoffs, including the Super Bowl, and they were 4-0. So yeah, the Eagles were 10-0 coming into this week, and now Broncos, Bo Nix, coming up with a big win. And then we had the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals slash Washington Commanders slash Chargers game that we streamed for a little bit there. That one, Detroit looked like they were in control for the most part, but then that Bengals offense, whether it was soft coverage by the Detroit Lions or just, you know what, the Bengals just said screw it and they just started slinging the ball. Either way, man, they were scoring touchdowns and they made it a little bit more respectable at the end. But Detroit improving to 4-1, getting their 4th consecutive win. And for the Bengals, it's going to be as soon as Joe Burrow was diagnosed with that injury and that basically finished his regular season, it was going to be an uphill battle to be competitive. It was going to be an uphill battle to win. And right now, unfortunately, they are on a 3-game losing streak, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier as the season goes on. David, also any 1 point every 1 point and laugh at the Jets are 0-5. Oh man, dude. For Jets fans, dude, they had so few expectations coming into the season. And I bet still to this day, man, some of them are just like, why did I even think we were going to actually be remotely competitive this season? And they've been slightly competitive in some of those games. They've definitely lost some big ones by some big margins, but yeah, dude, I don't know. Buccaneers winning 38-35. Man, there is no freaking defenses in some of these games, man. Yeah, there you go. Lions win 37-24. We were 3 points short of me doing a spin move today, man. Seastrom, I don't. Which is worse, that or the 1-4 Ravens? Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair to the Ravens, they did not have Lamar Jackson, but they couldn't run the dang ball at all, man. It was a very, very sad performance. Yeah, and if Lamar needs to miss more time, man, it's gonna get bad for the Ravens. And I think I talked about this last time we saw the Ravens. Yeah, I can't remember when, but yeah, it was worst talk, man. Like if the Ravens don't kind of get some wins over this next like month, their season could very much well be already done because their schedule for November, December is the hardest part of their schedule. So, yeah, man, ugly, 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 ugly loss. All right, man. Trying to think here. I don't think it was Fort Ravens. Yeah, what's your biggest surprise this week, guys? What's your biggest surprise of the week? I think mine was somehow Tennessee. Actually, no, that one's not that bad. Actually, it's Arizona. I should have known that one. Oh, as a Chiefs fan, I laugh at the Ravens. That was very Simba of you. I laugh at the face of danger. That's when the hyenas come out. Yeah, man. I would say the biggest upset of the week it might have been the Broncos, man. But I don't know, man. I had a higher opinion of the Broncos than maybe some people did. I thought that game was going to be competitive just because of the defenses, and if Bo Nix and that offense could kind of compete and kind of play at the level. And I think I mentioned this the last time I streamed the Broncos game. I think if the offense that we saw go up against the Cincinnati Bengals that scored 28 points or a little bit more, if they showed up, I think the Eagles were gonna be in for a fight, and that's what ended up happening, man. Um, do, 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 do. Yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest upset for me must have been Tennessee or Arizona, man. Even though I don't think Arizona is that great of a team, at one point they were what 3-1, and yeah, man, Tennessee. I think they what's that first win of the season? Yeah, Cam Ward, man, gets his first win as a pro. Let's freaking go, man! Congrats to the kid. David, Broncos over Eagles or the Bengals actually making a game in the last half there must have was most surprising. Absolutely, man. Too bad we didn't get to see that surprising comeback by the Bengals there. Freaking NFL. If I ever see Roger Goodell, he's gonna owe me an apology. Yeah, I think if I had to pick, I would say Titans over Arizona. Man, it was the Titans looked like a bad freaking team, and they looked like they were about to be blown out in this game too, before Kyler Murray got hurt. And heck of a comeback, man. All right, man. I think that's gonna be it for me tonight, man. I appreciate everybody that came through, man. This stream, it was great, man. We had so many people in the chat, man. We had so many great new people, and of course, the guys that have been here, the people that have been here, I should say, from the very beginning, man. David, Dahlia, Seastrom, Captain Mickey Mouse. Um, yeah, dude, it was just a great night, and like I said, man, the chat makes the stream. Like the game can be great, I can be on my game, and it will be a good, solid, entertaining stream. But when the chat is going off and just we're talking about every possible thing that we can think of, man, it's awesome. So shout out to Packer Nation 12. Shout out to Melvin Higgins. Who else was in here, man? Dakota Martin, of course, man. A Bears fan, a rival, but a good dude at the end. Hopefully you're having a good night, my man. So I'll catch you later. Ellen Catchtag was in here for a bit, man. Thank you for being here. Christine Caglano was also here. Owen was here. Yeah, man. And Dahlia, she made a small appearance here at the towards the middle of the night. So yeah, dude, it was a freaking fun night, man. I appreciate everybody that came out and hung out for a little bit. Hopefully it was a fun night. P Giddy 30, quite literally, the head coach indeed for the Bills is ruining Josh's career. Man, yeah, man. I think there's been definitely that talk that McDermott is probably needs to be let go, and they need to kind of evolve or adjust the offense to something bigger than just letting Josh Allen try to run for 50 yards a game. So, and they look good. Like I said, they look good the first 4 games. I think it's too early to kind of say that the Bills are just gonna, fall apart. They were coming into this game. They looked like one of the best teams in football, easily one of the top 3 teams, along with the Lions and the Eagles. I think that's unquestioned. I think I would put the Packers just below the Bills there, 4th at this point. But yeah, man, it's the Bills. It's a tough loss, man. They were going up against a team that knows them very well, division rivals. The Patriots had a really good game, man. Like they ran the ball the best I've seen all season. Drake Maye made some incredible catches while being tackled, while trying to, running for his life and just delivering great passes. And Stephon Diggs was a freaking man possessed tonight, man. There was very few people. Sometimes that happens, man. Sometimes there's just a player that is so motivated that it is tough to stop him. And Stephon Diggs, like, I think it was something personal. I don't think he hates the Bills or anybody in that organization, but he had a chip on his shoulder tonight, and he showed it with a lot of emotion and a lot of great plays. Hopefully, this was a wake-up call for them. Hey, very true, man. And it's good to, hey, it's always good to lose. It's not good to lose, but if you're going to lose, it's good to lose sometime in early October than sometime in December or January. So, yeah, man. The Bills, they were in it, man. They just were a lot of penalties early on, took away points early in the game that they could have used here in the second half that could have given a cushion. And the turnovers, 2 fumbles, an interception. Both of those, I think both fumbles happened basically right at midfield. A couple, like what, you're talking about 10, 15 yards. You're talking about a potential field goal. So that's 3 points. Josh Allen throws a pick when they could have settled for a field goal. So, like right there, man, the Bills, they missed opportunities, and likely they're not going to play this sloppy of a game again for a bit. So, we'll see. Dolphins love to lose in December. It gets cold, man. The Dolphins are not built for the ice. All right, they're a salt, warm water dolphin. That's why they gotta win early in the regular season so they can have home field advantage. Yeah, man. It's tough, man. The Dolphins, they unfortunately they lost, man. They looked like they were gonna win this week, and then they just somehow let Carolina crawl back into that game and get a big win. So, yeah, after getting their first win of the season, Miami falls to 1-4 now. The coaching staff didn't learn that Tre'Davious White covering Diggs was a bad idea till it was too late. Yeah, dude. Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White was struggling to cover not just Diggs, but he was also struggling to cover Keon Coleman towards that last drive. Not Coleman. Who the heck was the other guy? Was it Shakir? I'm trying to think of the dang name. Booty. There you go. Dude, I'm thinking freaking Bills off wide receivers for some reason. But yeah, Kayshawn Booty was able to get away from Tre'Davious White down like the right sidelines for a big first down that helped get them in Bills territory, I think. So yeah, dude, Tre'Davious White had a rough night, man. He was just kind of beat all over the field. Benford should have been all of them, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. Benford is a little, definitely a lot younger, a little bit more aggressive too than Tre'Davious has usually been in the past. At this point, the Panthers have a better record than the Ravens. They do, yeah. The Panthers are 2-3, man. 2-3. They've won what, two out of the last three games after going what 0-2 on the year. Yeah, man. It's a with the Carolina Panthers, it's just consistency, man. And it's not even about consistently winning. That's is the goal, but it's about being consistently competitive, and that's where they're struggling. Some weeks they can put a great performance on and stay close and then get a win at the end, and some weeks where they just are just blown out the water. So yeah, they got to work on those little things that can keep them in games until the end. That's just all you need, man. That's all you need. You just need to be there in case the team that is ahead makes a mistake, or they have a couple drives where they can't get anything going, and that's where you take advantage. But if you're consistently down by double digit points or more or multiple possessions, it doesn't matter if you score a touchdown or 10 points. You're still going to be down, and eventually that team will eventually get into a rhythm. So that's where the Panthers need to play better defensively and just continue to work on what they have there on offense, man. And they're getting better. This team looked awful, absolutely horrendous 2 years ago, man. So they are a better team than they were 2 years ago. They are a better team than I think they were last year. And yeah, it's a slow build over there in Carolina. They have not been competitive or good for a long freaking time. So yeah, for every Washington Commanders franchise that kind of is able to turn around the franchise in one season, there's a lot of, you know, like a lot of. I'm trying to think of a team that was like slow building, but Buffalo was kind of one of those teams, man. It took what until year three for the Bills to really show that they could be a Super Bowl contender. The first year with Josh, it was rough, man. They didn't win a lot at all. Second year, you saw flashes. They started to get a little bit better, but still were a team that was second to third tier. They were not really competing against some of the best. And then year three, man, it all started to click. And since then, they've been one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl for the last handful of years. So, but yeah, man. Right now, my local broadcast is showing a bunch of little puppies, man. And I want to adopt all of them. Every single one of them. I want to, but I cannot. My apartment is not big enough for a dog. Detroit took 2 years. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they drafted well though. They drafted really freaking well. They signed really well. They traded really well. They definitely found ways to get better. And and like I said, man, Dan Campbell is a different kind of head coach. Um, like you saw so many times that the Patriots went for the prestigious hire. They went with the Matt Patricias of like that's a Bill Belichick, that's a defensive coordinator that has been to a Super Bowl, couple Super Bowls, and it did not work out. The culture, the team did not buy into Patricia at all. He alienated a lot of them, Then you had the Jim Schwartz. Granted, we're talking about something way out there, long time ago. But he was a good head coach up until that you needed that second step. He got them to be. He got the Lions to stop being one of the top three worst teams in the NFL and got them to be competitive for most of the season. And then Jim Caldwell got them a little bit further. He brought maturity to that, a little bit more stability, a more dedicated franchise voice for that team. And you saw that. You saw with Jim Caldwell. They were winning games. They weren't the best in the league, but they were winning games. And then all of a sudden they just fired him for no reason. And then, like I said, Patricia kind of took him on the detour. And then they brought back Dan Campbell, who was a player for them, as a guy that is very emotional but does not make excuses about whether they're playing well or good. And yeah, man, it's a whole thing. I know I'm kind of speaking slightly in generalities or almost coach speak, but it matters, man. A culture, an idea, it matters to players, and being consistent with them so they can be consistent on the field, it matters. So yeah. But yeah, Detroit, yeah, they were slowly building to a better team. They were being competitive, but Dan Campbell has taken that team to the next step. They are before Dan Campbell was there, they were not very good, but during the Jim Caldwell, Jim Schwartz, they were potential playoff contenders. They just didn't do it consistently. But with Dan Campbell, they are Super Bowl contenders, man. They look like one of the most dominant teams over the last 3 years in football, easily. So, and I hate to admit it too, as a Packer fan, it sucks. But yeah, man, Detroit has a good team, man. They have a great team, actually. I think the only thing that they need to get better is I think their defense is not as strong as it once was. I think injuries and free agency has kind of sapped some of that away, but they still have some great freaking players on that defense. Um, the offensive line can be inconsistent at times, but that's kind of it. That's basically it. But yeah. All right, man. So tomorrow night, Kansas City Jaguars. That should be a good matchup. Jaguars are 3-1. Kansas City is now 2-2. I think. Yeah, should be 2-2. It's only week 5. So yeah, man. Kansas City started out 0-2, have since gone 2-0, and the Jags, man. That Cohen has really changed that offense quite a bit. That defense is playing pretty solid. Not great, but pretty darn solid. They're being competitive. They're challenging balls. They're not just giving up massive chunks after massive chunk. And like I said, the offense with Lawrence, with ETN, and the even though the receivers have not been explosive, they've been good enough. They've been getting first downs, and the offensive line looks a lot better. So it should be a good matchup tomorrow, man, for Monday night. So let's go. 5th game of the week, and hopefully it's a freaking good one, man. We had a great one tonight. Let's freaking go. I will show up tomorrow night. Can't promise I stay for the entire ordeal. All good, my man. I know. Especially Monday nights, man. It's always tough. It's always tough. You're just getting out of work, and then you got to work tomorrow, so I get it. You're all good, guys. I appreciate you, man. We still have 7 people here watching, man. Can't believe you're watching me ramble about football. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and hanging out with us. It was a great Sunday. We had a couple upsets, and let's go, man. Hopefully the Packers can get back next week and start dominating the NFC North like they should. So thank you so much, guys. I will catch you tomorrow night for Monday Night Football. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.